Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, just like I had made mention that I was going to be having an international guest right here on this particular platform on the show. Welcome to 5FM. Owen, Irie, how you doing, man?
Blessed, bro. Blessed love to all the listeners out there, you know. Didn't mean you were listening.
Big ups to you.
Yes, anytime, anything for people.
Big ups.
Yes, brother.
Alright, so.
Yes, man. Blessed love, everything higher, you know. Yes, and love big up to people that was out there, you know.
I'm more excited than people that are listening to the show. It's a rare privilege that you've shown us.
I understand. I'm here to, like, you know, be for the people as well. Yeah, man, everything is higher and it's love, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
big ups. Alright, so when you started your music, like, you know, when your first hit song hit the airwaves?
Well, the first song was in 1995. I written the song Good Morning Sunshine. That song, how it came to my head was me waking in the morning and seeing the sun shining through my window pane. And every morning when I rise, I would say good morning sun. And one morning I woke up and just stretch and say good morning sunshine, you light up my day. And when you shine through my window pane, you start my life all over again.
Yeah.
And that was the first song. And you know, when you write a song within yourself, you know it's a good song. Within yourself, you feel it is a good song.
Definitely.
And by me putting out that song over the airwaves and radio stations all around, it started to climb and get well known in Jamaica, and Irie FM in Jamaica, and in New York, in Hartford, in Connecticut, Boston, and throughout Berlin, Germany, over them places in Europe, you know. Yeah, so that's where the first song, and it stemmed from, and you know, people were liking it and giving me good feedback, and so therefore it just blossomed and just started growing, you know.
Yeah. Whoa. Alright. So, like coming from that background, you know, because it was more like your routine. Every time you wake up in the morning, you look outside your window pane and then you speak within yourself, or you speak to yourself like, hey, good morning, sunshine. And then from there, an idea got birthed of putting it in lyrical content. When you were putting it down as a lyrical content, did you think that the song was gonna be a hit? It was going to introduce you to the outside world to say, we have Owen Irie right here that is super talented and can bring out what we the people want.
Yes, while doing this song, you know, it's a feeling that comes over you. You have a feeling comes over you, knowing that this song is going to be a hit song. It's going to be a good song, you know. So it's that feeling that you roll with that feeling, and you continue to just finish writing and bringing forth, you know, proper lyrics for that song. And you just feel that it's going to be a hit song, and you know, it's just stemmed from there, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just so I feel about my songs. Sometimes I have songs where I feel they're not, you know, so I just scratch them and put them aside, you know. And sometimes as you go along, you get different ideas, different things come to mind, and you just roll with it. And say, this one, I like this one, this one, you know. You feel the vibe, and exactly. And then just roll with it and just, you know, get it out there on the airwaves, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, my brother.
Okay, let's get to bring our listeners and people that have followed your music for a long time up to speed. What kind of a family were you born in? Was it a musical family, or maybe you are the first one that broke out as a musical sensation and became like a pillar or somebody that they can look up to say, hey, if Owen could do it, then we can also do it?
Yes, you know, I have an uncle, George Decker from the Pioneers. And if you do know of the Pioneers, an earlier group from back. Yes, he was a relative. He's a relative, and he was into the music as well. But his music was from England, and you know, stemmed from those kind of yes. But me, you know, I just when I was born, I had a vision.
Yeah.
Of me being on stage. I was on stage, and I could see me standing there with dreadlocks, holding my guitar, and I could see band members around me, but I could not see their faces.
Oh.
So therefore that was telling me, you know, if you're going to be in a band, you're going to be, it's music, you know. So, you know, I kept seeing that vision as I grew, and realized that's where my calling is into the music. Yeah. So therefore, from that vision, and I see things start running out into the music, I said this is what the vision was all about, band and music, and you know. And therefore, that's where this whole thing just came about, like just like that.
When did you see this vision of, you know, you holding this guitar and the band standing around you, and you know, you finally realizing your dream and putting through your music?
Yeah, it was the age of 14. That's when I received a bass guitar. Yes, and I started singing. I started learning to play the bass guitar. Just by ear. Learn to play by ear, you know. Yeah, that is around that time. And you know, and the time after that, you know, 14, 15, 16, around there, I decided, you know, I need to start taking this thing more serious, you know, and getting some good lyrical content, and you know, yes. So it was at a young age as well.
Okay, yeah. Now, you will agree with me that consistency mostly or many times lacks in musical artists. Or what we've witnessed is that a musical artist would come, give us a hit, and then, you know, we vibe, dance, relate to it. When you expect them to do better than what they gave us at first, you'd be disappointed. But you, Owen, I don't know, in such a way, you managed from Good Morning Sunshine. From there, you still managed to give us more good music, something that people would relate with, something that people would vibe to, something that people would still groove and dance to. How did you manage, you know, like to surpass your first challenge? Because Good Morning introduced you to the people. Good Morning Sunshine introduced you to the people. How did you manage to surpass Good Morning Sunshine and produced more and more hits that people still groove to this time around?
Well, you know, after doing the first song, you know, a few months or so passed. And then I said, you know, I cannot just do one song. I have to do another. You know, yes, and another. So that vibe it continued to grow. It continued to roll. You know, that I see that I couldn't just do one song and just stop. You know, I just had to keep the fire burning. You know, sometimes we lose a little energy, and sometimes the consistency may you know, you may lose some energy, and after a while it picks up again, you know. Sometimes you go through things in life where you see music, it's hard, it gets hard, but business is hard, and dealing with the people and the musicians and the business is not an easy road, you know.
True.
So therefore, you know, it's like you must always remember, you know, when you're looking through a tunnel, there's always a bright light at the end of the tunnel. 99% of the time, there's a bright light at the end of the tunnel, and you just keep that in mind, and you just keep things flowing consciously and writing some good lyrics, you know, to keep everything up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so our dear listeners, you are still listening to our special interview that we are having right here. And of course, our special guest this particular evening, we are hosting Reggae's Jamaica's hottest that currently is, holding the spectrum, as I would put it. This is none other than Owen Irie, and of course, he is trying to put through and get to continue doing what he started doing first, that is back in the day, talking about 1995. And of course, you can do better by continuing following us right here on 5FM Radio as we continue giving you nothing but the very best of that reggae music. And I am your host, Professor Lance, right here as I take you through in this particular discussion. Now, Owen Irie, quickly, let's get into have more Zambian people knowing you or learning more about you and maybe getting to know your versatility. Let's get to talk about how you come up with your lyrical content.
It's a combination of all of those things you mentioned. You could have a friend who's going through some issue and they call you and tell you, oh, their girlfriend this, or then a girl might call it, oh, her boyfriend this, and what to do, and that alone right there can help you to start a song. Just by the problems people are going through, just by what you see is going on out there, just in nature itself.
Yeah.
Just hearing the birds singing. There's another song I did. I took a jog in the park just today, and as I was jogging along my way,
yep,
I heard the birds sing of melody. The sing is gonna be a bright and sunny day. So that therefore, I'm jogging in the park and I heard the birds singing.
Yeah.
And to me, it was real to me that, hey, it's going to be a bright and sunny day.
Exactly.
So, things of nature, things what's happening in the world is going on around. Anything, just by you in the shower and have the music playing, and you can hear that beat in your head while you're in the shower, that can help bring lyrics, bring vibes and lyrics to your head as well,
Yeah.
Just like that, yeah.
All right. Now, there's always a goal that somebody says in a career. Like when they're pursuing a certain career, somebody says a goal or goals to say this is what I want to achieve, or these are things that I want to achieve. When we talk about you entertainers, mostly it's all about I want to make a positive impact to the people that pay attention to my music, as well as also maybe feature the most prominent people in the industry. For the latter, you cannot be exempted. You've shared the same stage with King Yellowman. How was the experience? We're talking about King Yellowman here.
I've shared the stage. I opened for I opened for Culture.
Yeah.
Burning Spear. Luciano. Bustabanta.
Yep.
Redita. Sanchez. I have a whole slew of flyers here I've seen for the past, and it's like I would put it out there and say, I wanna perform at this venue. I wanna perform at this venue, or I wanna perform at this venue with this artist. And so said, so done. I started seeing it happening. It started to unfold. Just by me saying it, and I said to myself, wow, what is this? Then I said I want to be the big music artist, the Meadows Music Theater in Connecticut, which is a huge facility. The next thing I know, I was there. So everything words that I was saying, I started seeing them unfolding. Everything I said I want to be and do, it started happening.
Yeah.
So that is Father's work or the universe work. I tell you, it was amazing to see these things happening. While I mentioned it that I want to do it, I started Toad's Plays, last park in that Buju Banton in the 90s, Burning Spear, Toad's Place, Yellowman, the Riverfront, Hartford, Connecticut, Sanchez, SOB's Manhattan, things, it just started to unfold, things started to manifest.
Yeah.
So, the word to use, you have to be careful of the words you use. Yeah, and these things can happen, and it will happen.
No.
So you don't want. Yeah, so it's good to use positive words, and when you use negative words, you ever see a glass on a shelf? A glass sitting on a shelf and it gets dusty with dust on it, and
yes,
that's negative word. That's negative words, and yeah. So we use positive words, things will happen, So
yeah.
that's just. I feel if that's the universe was just answering was just answering me and bringing these forward into reality for me.
Okay. Maybe for the sake of our listeners, maybe let me just also add this, and then I come to the question. So, our dear listener, apart from our guest right now performing or opening alongside these great names, Owen Irie performed at the Reggae Sun Festival in Rhode Island and also in the Sunsplash in downtown Hartford. Yeah, like this is the caliber of the guests. Like you always know, Professor Lance gets to give you high caliber of guests so that you do not get to deal with the rest. But we get to talk about top-notch musicians, artists that brings a positive change into your life, so that at least you can get to learn one or two things. Now, Owen, like when you were starting your career, did you anticipate that all this was going to come to pass?
No, I did not. Never came to mind at all. No anticipation, nothing at all. It's just what you do in the music, and you feel it's a nice song. Those are the things that really got me out there on stage to perform with these people, and just putting it out there that I would like to perform with these big artists.
Yeah.
That is what really did it. The music as well. The music and the words. Yeah, and you putting it out there, those things combined together. Yeah, because if the music wasn't that good, these promoters are not gonna really get you on these shows. They don't see any reason what you putting you on any of these shows. So yeah, the lyrical contents of the songs, and you know that the song is good within yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what.
Now,
manifested.
Now, Owen, like the way you started, we like right here in Zambia, we also have many talented musicians or artists that start their journey maybe the same way you started, or maybe differently from how you started, but because of different challenges that come through in the industry, they decided to stop music and do other things, or maybe look at how they can raise financials for them maybe to come back in the music industry. Maybe kindly share with us how you dealt with the financial challenges in your early in your career. How did you deal with financial challenges? Maybe just to share a quick one with somebody that's facing that challenge, and then to see how they can work it out.
Yes, at a younger age, at the age of 21, I received a tractor trailer license. I went to school and I started driving tractor trailer. Because when you do music, you must always have some other career at hand, something where you can make money, because you end up going to be spending money. Money makes money.
True.
And it's not the easy road. It's not the easy road dealing with music. You need money for studio. You need money for this and that, and so therefore, it was a tractor trailer I used to drive for many years, and that's how I financed my career, just by the tractor trailer license. So anyone out there doing music, you gotta have another talent, something else you can have a career. Have something else where you can have a career.
Yeah.
Yes, to bring in some funds. Yes, that was it.
Wow. Okay. Let's get to your latest project. Believe Me, Girl. Is this a love song?
Yes, that's a love song.
Are you in love?
Oh my God. Maybe at the time I was, I don't know, maybe at the time I was, or it was something I was going through while then that one came about, Yeah, because it only takes something to happen, then the lyrics can come flowing to the head, something to write about, sing about,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one of the aspects in creating lyrics when you're going through certain things at certain times. So at that time,
I love the honesty. Anyway, so let's look at the promotional aspect of this latest project that you have. And not only is it latest, but it was produced by Owen Studios, in Patmore, and also released it's from your unreleased second album. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Why is it interesting? Many a times, Owen, that I've had artists on this very show, and they talk about, very soon I'm gonna be releasing an album, and their soon is never soon, because you artists soon can be 7, 6, 8 months from now. It's soon in your world. But for us, when you tell us soon, we expect it in the next few weeks. Yeah. So maybe it goes along. So maybe let's get to we know that Believe Me Girl is from your yet unreleased second album. Let's talk about the album. When is it gonna be released? Is it soon? Our soon? Your soon? Or in time to come?
Well, it's in time it will be released.
So it's in time. It's in time to come.
Sometimes I have enough for the album, and then I will release certain singles from the album,
Yeah.
So it's not all the time I would put the album. Most of them would be singles that I do put out,
Ah, okay.
Yes. So sometimes people looking for albums, and it's just some singles I do put. I just do music just to do music. No manager, no anything. I just put them out when I'm ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the issue with me. Yeah.
So, meaning that the unreleased second album, we have to wait.
I'm gonna get. It's gonna be released. What give a date? Can I give you a date?
Please do. Let's be the first ones to break the ice to say, Owen promised on this show that he's gonna release this second album on this date, this month, and this year.
Wow, let's say. What month are we in? What year are we in? Okay.
Wow. Okay, so within 1 year.
Yeah, so you have to wait between now and.
So we're waiting between now and 2024.
Yes, by now in 2024. Yes, sometime in 2024, I should have it all set and out, up and running.
Well, we'll still continue. We will still continue enjoying the singles of the album. Okay, so here is maybe something that I would want you to put clear. Here in Zambia, let me speak for Zambia because I live in Zambia. Here in Zambia, mostly we've had artists that have broken through the ice with their music. Like, people know their music, but they don't know the face. Like, they've never put a face to their voice because maybe they don't have fans to do a video, or maybe the song or the audio broke out earlier than they had planned for the video. Do we have a face for Owen? For all his music, does Owen have a face to his audio?
Yes, I do have the videos. And then another thing, what I do when I perform, I bring pictures and I give pictures to the fans.
Okay.
That's mostly of what I do. I know because the internet is running things. People can see what you look like on the internet,
Yeah.
So it's just a combination of the time and things over the computers coming on the more into play of today where people are more getting computers, they can't really get to see the artist,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a combination of things with the time and technology,
Yeah. Owen, Irie, I really thank you for having us time right here on 5FM Radio, and I'm hoping and praying that someday we get to have a one-on-one right in the studios of Mother Zambia. You have an African tour in Zambia as part of that tour, so that we can have a one-on-one in the studios. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you, and thank you so much for having me. And anytime you're ready to have Owen and Irie there, I am there. So any promoters, any producers, anyone out there is ready. I am ready. I'm willing and ready to come.
Big ups, but I still can't let you go like that. Shout outs and thanks that you can give to people that started with you, that have been with you, and that are currently with you in terms of pushing your music.
My mom, Olive, my mom.
We are all mama's boys.
Yes. When I was a little infant, she used to sing to me while I go to sleep. She used to sing me to go to bed. She used to sing.
Yeah.
I'll never forget she used to sing,
Much love and respect to her. We appreciate her for that.
Yes. There's so much people who encourage, and there's so much to remember. And if I mention one or two people and not mention everyone, I don't want anyone to feel out of place or feel away.
True.
If they're out there and they know who they are, and give yourself a round of applause, for helping and bring me forward,
Yeah.
Yes. Thank the Almighty for thank the universe for what He has done, things like that,
Definitely. Thank you so much, and we look forward to having another chat right here, especially as we are counting down to the second album. I'll be on you, trust me. Yeah, I'm making a promise. Right live on air, I'll be on you.
I hear it in your voice. I know you will. So I have to prepare it and have it ready before
Thank you so much, Owen. We appreciate, and we can only wish you all the best as you continue to bless us with your lovely music.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for having me. The people of Zambia love you, and I'm looking forward to come see you. And I really appreciate this time you took to really have me here on this airwave today. Nothing but peace and love.
Yeah, big ups. Thank you so much. Our dear listeners, that was Owen Irie all the way from Jamaica, and of course trying to do what we do best right here. And I still remain yours truly, Professor Lance, as we continue giving you nothing but the very best of that particular entertainment right here.